morning, friends. Welcome to another reading lesson with Miss Meadows. I'm so excited to be reading with you today. We are going to be reading a very, very, very fun story today that I really hope you enjoy, but we're going to get started right in with our vocabulary so we can get to that story. Our first word is interrupt. Say interrupt. Very good. We are very familiar with this word. Interrupt is a verb or an action word. When you interrupt someone, you stop that person from talking. So this picture is our dad asks us to not interrupt when he's on a phone call. That means don't talk to him while he is trying to talk to someone on the phone. That rule also applies in Miss Meadows' room, that when I'm on the phone, we can't interrupt because it means I'm talking to another adult. Our next word is follow. Say follow. Very good. Follow is a verb or an action word. When you follow someone, you walk behind that person to go to the same place. So, for example, we follow our teacher back to the classroom after recess. The next word is involved. Say involved. Very good. Involved is a verb or an action word. If you are involved in something, you join in and feel strongly about it. So Eric likes being involved in this probably 4th of July celebration. He's involved in it. The next word is supposed. Say supposed. Very good. Supposed is a verb or an action word. If you're supposed to do something, you should do it. So these friends are supposed to do many different things at home. Supposed. And the next word is relaxing. Say relaxing. Very good. Relaxing is a verb or an action word. When you are relaxing, you are resting. So, for example, after working in the yard, this dad is relaxing in his hammock. And Miss Meadows is actually, when she finishes recording this video, about to go relax in her hammock too. Relax after a long day. And then our next word is warn. Say warn. Very good. Warn is a verb or an action word. When you warn people, you let them know about danger. So this symbol is used to warn people that it is not safe to cross the street. So it warns them. It says, careful, it's not safe. And then they don't cross the street. That's our vocabulary for today. Kiss your brain. And we are going to move right along to our anchor chart, which today is on creating mental images. Can you say creating mental images? Very good. When you create mental images, you make pictures in your mind to help you remember what you read. So, this girl is thinking about what she's reading in her head, and she's imagining pictures and sounds and tastes and smells. And the words from the text she's thinking about are soccer game and sunny and ball. And she's thinking about all those different things, and it's helping her to conjure up a picture in her head of what she's reading. So that maybe on a book that might not have pictures, we can still create mental images of what might be happening even without those pictures. Our story today is one of my favorite stories. I think you're really going to enjoy it. We're going to have some fun with this one. And at the end, you're going to get to unlock your gem choice board. Our stories today is called Interrupting Chicken by David Ezra Stein. It's one of my favorite stories. Raise your hand if you've ever read it. I bet some of you have read it before. Interrupting Chicken is a fantasy story. That means it has made up events that could not really happen. So we're going to look for animal characters that act like people. Short tales within the story. That means little tiny stories within the story. And a problem and a solution. Our purpose for reading is we're going to make pictures in our mind as we read. Words that tell how things look, sound, feel, taste, or smell. And words that are about feelings are going to help us create mental images. So as we're reading, if you need to take a second to close your eyes and imagine what you're reading, that might be a really good idea to help you create some mental images. But this is a really great story to help you create mental images because it is just so fun to listen to. Once again, our title is Interrupting Chicken. The author is David Ezra Stein, or the person who writes the words. And we have the Interrupting Chicken already on the cover is saying, this book is called Interrupting Chicken, right, Papa? And he says, yes, now please don't interrupt the story. I think he's probably going to interrupt the Listen and follow along. It was bedtime for the little red chicken. Okay, my little chicken, said Papa. Are you all ready to go to sleep? Yes, Papa, but you forgot something. What's that? Asked Papa. A bedtime story. All right, said Papa. I'll read one of your favorites. And of course, you are not going to interrupt the story tonight, are you? Oh, no, Papa, I'll be good. This story is called Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel were very hungry. Deep in the woods, they found a house made of candy. Nibble, nibble, nibble. They began to eat the house until the old woman who lived there came out and said, "What lovely children! Why don't you come inside?" They were just about to follow her when out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't go in, she's a witch." So Hansel and Gretel didn't. The end. You guys, what did that chicken do? He interrupted the story. Papa couldn't even get to the end of the story because the interrupting chicken interrupted the story. Now we don't get to know the end because interrupting chicken changed the end of the story. That chicken. Let's see what happens next. You interrupted the story. Try not to get so involved. I'm sorry, Papa, but she really was a witch. Well, you're supposed to be relaxing so you can fall asleep. Let's try another story. I'll be good. Do we think interrupting chicken's going to be good? I think he's going to interrupt again. Little Red Riding Hood. Take this basket of goodies to Grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood's mother, but don't stray from the path. The woods are full of danger. Red Riding Hood skipped along through the deep woods. By and by, she met a wolf who wished her good morning. She was about to answer him when out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't talk to strangers." So Little Red Riding Hood didn't. The end. Guys, he did it again. He interrupted the story and he ruined the story. Can you believe it? That interrupting chicken, I thought he learned, but he didn't learn. Man, oh man. Chicken. Yes, Papa? You did it again. You interrupted 2 stories, and you're not even sleepy. I know, Papa. I'm sorry, but he was a mean old wolf. Yes. Now get back into bed. Okay, Papa, let's try one more little story and I'll be good. Chicken Little. We know this story from yesterday. Chicken Little was hit on the head by an acorn. The sky is falling, she thought. She was about to run off and warn Goosey Gloosey, Ducky Lucky, Henny Penny, and everyone on the farm that the sky was falling when out jumped Little Red Chicken and she said, "Don't panic, it was just an acorn." So Chicken Little didn't. The end. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Interrupting chicken said he was going to stop. But did he stop? No, he did not. Chicken? Yes, Papa? You did it. Again. Oh, Papa, I couldn't let that little chicken get all upset over an acorn. Please read one more story and I promise I'll fall asleep. But Chicken, said Papa, we are out of stories. Oh no, Papa, I can't go to sleep without a story. Then, said Papa, yawning, why don't you tell me a story? Me tell a story? Said the little red chicken. Okay, Papa, here we go. Bedtime for Papa by Chicken. Once there was a little red chicken who put her papa to bed. She read him 100 stories. She even gave him warm milk, but nothing worked. He stayed wide awake all... Who's going to interrupt interrupting chicken's story? Because he can't interrupt his own. What interrupted interrupting chicken's story? Papa, he's sleeping. He fell asleep. He was so tired from reading all those stories. He fell asleep. Good night, Papa. The end. Oh, what a fun story that was. I really hope you enjoyed that story and that you were able to create some mental images in your head. And some of those words helped you create those mental images from the little bits of the story and things like that. So this is now the time that you get your gem choice board. Now you can work on sapphire, emerald, ruby, or diamond choices. If you need help remembering what any of those choices are, make sure to find your teacher and work on those. But I had so much fun reading this story with you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow for another story. Have fun, everyone!